Hello and welcome back guys to another tutorial in which I will show you how to solo all bosses in Esoterrace. This tutorial was requested by a subscriber. I loved his idea and wanted to give it a try. As a content creator, it really helps me out to listen to your feedback, and I also appreciate if you guys give me new ideas or requests about stuff you want to see on this channel in the comments. My goal for this channel is to build a strong community and showcase Aion related content here, so that you guys hopefully enjoy it. Also, I'm planning to test new patches in the near future. I will show and openly discuss the changes that will come to the game with you guys here, and hopefully we can reach out to the publisher this way in order to improve our overall game experience and customer satisfaction. So enough talk for now, let's jump right into it with the first boss of this instance, Dalia Senglande. During the fight, this boss will spawn multiple ad waves. Each ad wave consists of 3 spirits that spawn exactly on this spot. So always keep an eye open and try to adjust your camera view so you always know when they are up. The strategy here is to prevent them from reaching the boss, because once the ads reach the boss, they will heal him by a lot and you will be trapped in an endless fight. Now, pay close attention. Once the ads spawn, directly run towards them and use either your cyclone or an elemental energy on them. This also works if you are a cleric with your servants. The mechanics behind this is to give them a temporary aggro target, because once your energy or servant disappears, the ads will reset and go back to their spawn point without healing the boss. Try not to attack them with other skills, else you might get aggro and they won't reset properly. Other than that, the boss doesn't have other mechanics besides his enrage phase at 25%. In this phase he will randomly hit one target from the group, ignoring the fact if you have aggro or not. So make sure you have spirit substitution, healing spirit and spirit recovery ready for this phase. You can wait for your CDs like I do by simply outranging the boss. He will neither reset nor deal damage to your spirit. The only thing you have to look out for are the ads. Once your CDs are ready, go in, burst him down and outrange him again if your pet dies. At the end he will drop one key for every player, with whom you can open one box each. The loot can vary and you have to be lucky to get good rewards here. Now the next boss is a bit more tricky. His first skill will be Hexstorm. This is an AoE that you have to outrange, because it deals a lot of damage. Especially in the later phase where it will become harder to heal your pet, you need to avoid it at all costs by simply calling your pet back or forth. Like the previous boss, it's super important that you have spirit substitution, healing spirit and spirit recovery ready at the last 50%. So one way to save up CDs is to kite him from one corner into the other across the whole room, like I demonstrated here. This way you have more time to just heal your spirit with replenish element, and in case the spirit dies, just try to swap the aggro back with Mighty Swap. Once you reach 53%, he will start using Arrow of Grief 2 times in a row on either you or your spirit. This skill hits hard, you can't outrange it, and it will also give you a debuff for 15 seconds where you can't recover any MP. The most important thing here is that you need to time your mana potions and mana recovery skills at the right time when the buff runs out. You also have to be lucky here that he doesn't choose you 2 times in a row, because it will get harder to heal yourself over time. You need to save your CDs for the last 25%. Try to fight as long as possible without using spirit substitution and only use it at the very end, because it will get harder to manage your mana. In my personal opinion, you should gear up first before dealing with this guy solo. The more damage you deal and the more damage you can sustain, the more easier the phases will be. Also, you might have to start over again, because it's purely RNG whether he hits you or your pet multiple times with Arrow of Grief, and this might kill your joy. After you kill this boss, he will spawn 2 chests, which you can open without a key. Again, you have to be lucky to get something good out of here. The last boss is called Tsurama. You can spawn him by killing the Trana generator in the last plane. This boss is tricky and it requires a lot of time, because you will spend most of the time kiting him and only hitting him with erosion or dots. The goal here is to keep your pet alive as long as possible and also keep running. His damage output is simply too big to DPS him down by just standing on one spot. From time to time you should use some pet skills when your big heals are ready in order to not get aggro. Once you lose aggro, this fight is most likely to be over and he will DPS you down, so just be careful. The most important skill is Collapsing Earth. When the boss casts this attack, you need to run towards one of those orange blast pipes and glide. It will give you an upwind, and only this way you can counter this skill. If you fail to glide, you will get one shot. Sadly, as you know, spirits are the golden retrievers from Aion. Most of the time they simply don't want to follow your command and just get stuck in the animation. If your pet dies during the cast, just try it again and swap the aggro with Mighty Swap. After each Collapsing Earth, you have a couple of seconds where the boss doesn't target you, so this should give you enough time for that. Other than this, the boss doesn't have important mechanics, just try to keep in on a distance. And if you want to optimize the run, then save Curse Cloud for the very end. After you kill Drama, you will be able to open 2 chests like before, but most of the time you have better results with these chests, and they also have certain chances of probability to drop weapons or a skin. So at the end I show you my gear for your comparison, and I also want to give you my honest opinion about soloing this dungeon. My feelings can be expressed in 3 words. Don't do it. Just don't. If you want to save what's left of your brain cells for better things, just get a partner to do it. It will make life so much easier and less depressive. The amount of time you spend in this instance, the clear path, skip mobs, not even to mention if you fail a boss and have to start over again multiple times, is just unreal. For this run I spent at least 2.5 hours, and the amount of AP I got in return is very low compared to what I could have farmed investing the same time in open PvP. So this brings me to the end of this video. Thanks a lot for watching. If you liked the video, please consider to subscribe and like it. It will help the channel to grow and furthermore keeps me motivated to make content like this in order to entertain and help. If you still have questions, feel free to ask them in the comments. I'll try to answer all of them. Thanks again for watching, take care and see you in the next video.